This week's highlight reel is presented by Subs.com.
Back to serve to open this one up for Cuba City, it's Isabella Dignan. Dignan averaging 3.7 aces. Something that Coach Lawson mentioned Cuba City is very comfortable with. Dignan pounds the ball on the court and sends it over. We're underway in tonight's presentation of Tuesday Night Volleyball. And Cuba City starts off with a score. A strong hit there by Lainey Rundy as Mineral Point sent it over to Cuba City on just one hit. Still back to serve. Rundy sends it over to Maddie Cabot. Now Eliza Ingwell will set it. Lindsay in the middle. Rundy digs that one up. Lindsay taps it down. Cuba City playing with this one. They'll send it over to Ava Ingwell. Now Eliza Ingwell sets far. There's the hit from Swenson. Ricochets off the hands of Miskey. Now Miskey sends it over to Golly, and Mineral Point can't get to that one. After all that, it's Maya Miskey putting a point on the board for Cuba City. They lead 4-1 early, set one. Cuba City leading Mineral Point 5-3 early, set one. There's the standing still serve from Lindsay. Sent over to Cuba City. Set up by Dignan, tapped over by Miskey. Mineral Point keeps it alive. Kroll to Cabot, who punches it over for the Mineral Point score. Cuba City with 4 straight points. It's 22-20 Cubans. Now there's the serve, back to Cabot. Set by Ingwell. Swenson has to punch that one over. Ball still in play as it's tapped over. Now Cabot punches it to keep it in the air. Ava Ingwell, Bryn Swenson pass it over. Now Ingersoll, set, hit, the kill from Lainey Rundy. And the scoring run continues late in the first set for Cuba City. Cuba City was down 18-20. They've scored 6 in a row. They're looking to put it away here. We'll start with the serve from Allie Ingersoll over to Ava Ingwell. Now Eliza Ingwell. Swenson, this one ricochets off the net. Violation on Mineral Point. Cuba City scores, and that will do it. Set number 1 goes to Cuba City, 25-20. Here's Vosberg, throws it up and sends it over to Mineral Point. Bounces over the net. Ingwell gets a hit on it, but it's Ella Vosberg with the ace. And the win for Cuba City in the second set. Your final there, 25-16. Cuba City takes a 2-0 lead in the match. Maddie Cabot serves from Mineral Point over to Redfern. That one hit over by Rogers, kept alive, still in play with Cuba City. Cabot gets under it. Eliza Ingwell sets to Bryn Swenson, and Swenson gets the kill there as she sends that one cross court off the arms of Vosberg. CFBank.com, member FDIC. There's a serve for Mineral Point. Vosberg hits it over off the fingertips of Lindsay, and Golly still in play. Blocked by Cabot again. Dignan sends it over. Ava Ingwell, and now Eliza Ingwell. Cabot with the kill, and we're tied at 22 in set 3. We're back in play here. Lacey Lindsay serving for Mineral Point, tied 23-23. The hit from Vosberg goes out. Rogers keeps it in play as Alexis Rundy sends it over. Now on the other end, Cabot sends it over, and it's set point for Mineral Point. They lead 24-23. We've got a timeout on the floor. And let's find out who will prevail in set number 3. Lacey Lindsay to serve, the 24-23 lead. Vosberg, set by Dignan. Rogers taps it over to Lindsay. Eliza Ingwell sets. Golly passes it over. Cuba City still in play. Dignan. Vosberg with the hit. It's out, and Mineral Point takes set number 3 over Cuba City. We'll switch sides. Who else but Ella Vosberg serving match point for Cuba City. Cabot with the first hit. Eliza Ingwell sets. Dannenberg gets it over. Now the libero Ingersoll is going to pass it over to Swenson. Eliza Ingwell will pass it cross court to Bryn Swenson. Now Redfern set up front by Dignan. Rundy, that's the match, folks. Set 1, Cuba City 25-20. Set 2, Cuba City 25-16. Set 3, Mineral Point 25-23. And set 4, Cuba City 25, Mineral Point 17. Final score, Cuba City 3, Mineral Point 1. As it's the Cuba City Cubans in the driver's seat in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League.
Here's the first snap. Richard takes a snap, quickly looks to the right side, tosses over to Cruiser at the 30-yard line. Cruiser shakes off one tackler, trying to break away from two more. Tiptoes the sideline across the 20, inside the 10, still on his feet, and into the end zone for a Northland Buildings touchdown. So first and goal for Cuba City on the near side hash mark. Cruiser and Boston to the right, Brant to the left. And going to get inside to Leffelholtz, and Leffelholtz just walks into the end zone for another Northland Buildings touchdown. All spotted right in the middle of the field. One receiver to the right side, two backs in the backfield with Dewar, a wingback on the left side of the formation. And Dewar fakes, rolls to his left. He is pressured. Ball smacked out of his hand. Ball is loose. And who jumps on it? Cuba City says they had the ball, and the Cubans do recover the fumble for a Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover. Three receivers to the left, one to the right, and 2nd and 5. Give inside to Leffelholtz. Leffelholtz makes a cut back to the middle of the field and runs into the end zone for another Northland Buildings touchdown. Cuba City beginning their 4th offensive drive in Benton, Mound, Shullsburg territory. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Leffelholtz in the backfield with Tyson Richard. Richard takes a snap, quick pass to the near side, caught by Ethan Griffin across the 40. Goes on the sideline and sprints into the end zone for a Northland Buildings touchdown. It is Ethan Griffin's first touchdown of the season, and Cuba City stretches the lead to 27-0 with 1:25 to go in the first quarter. The rout is on for Cuba City. 2nd and 9 here at the 21-yard line. Quick pass to Gavin Vossen out of the slot. Vossen makes one defender miss, makes a second one, gets across the 30 to the 40 to the 50 on the far sideline. One man to beat, and he is going to sprint all the way in for a Northland Buildings touchdown. Cuba City 35, Benton Scalesbound, Shullsburg nothing. 3rd and 8, ball spotted in the middle of the field. Wing T look again as they go with a double handoff, and Mullen finds some yardage across the 50, across the 40, and along the far sideline across the 30, knocked out of bounds near the 25-yard line. An explosive play by Parker Mullen. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line on the far side hash mark, which is the left side from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. And the ball carrier gets it into the end zone for a Northland Buildings touchdown. That's number 33, Parker Mullen, able to get it up the gut and into the end zone. And the Knights are on the board, 35-6 with 4:24 to go in the second quarter. And we'll see what the Knights do. One receiver to the left, one to the right, two backs in the backfield, Griffin and Leffelholtz. Leffelholtz gets the carry this time, gets across the 5, surging towards the end zone, and he bulldozes his way in for a Northland Buildings touchdown. Andy Leffelholtz with another touchdown run. That is touchdown number 3 for him on the first half. Cuba City stretches their lead 41-6 with 2:15 to go until the Peterson Agency halftime report. 1st and 10 is Dewar rolling to his right, being chased out of the pocket, and throws it to Henry Cruiser for an interception. And Cruiser runs out of bounds. 10 seconds to play. Richard takes the snap, looking to his left. Has time. Throws to Cruiser on the near side, and Cruiser just waltzes in for a Northland Buildings touchdown. One receiver to the right side. Wing T look. Dewar going to get to the back. Mullen, and Mullen shakes off one defender and then sprints into the end zone for a Northland Buildings touchdown.
3rd and 18, back at the Seawolves 19-yard line. Man comes in motion, back to pass. Purdy over the middle, it's intercepted. And back the other way comes Krasinger, and Krasinger is going to run it. Is he in? Yes, touchdown. And another receiver over to the left to fake, and Smith throws to the end zone, and it is, did he catch it? Yes, he did, touchdown. 1st and 10, Highland 44-yard line. Back to pass is Smith. And Smith throws it over the middle of the right side. The pass is caught. And down the sideline and to the end zone is John Dreschmeyer for the touchdown. Kalissa Keller is the punter. And Dreschmeyer has to back up to his 45. And then cuts to the left side to the 45, to the 40, 35-30. 2 to beat, and Dreschmeyer is into the end zone. And a bad snap, And Keller is going to try to draw it out, and then the ball pops loose again, and it's going to be a safety. McGuire still the running back, and there's the double reverse, and around the left side goes Krasinger to the 10, to the 5, and it's Caden Washa, and it's Caden Washa getting to the end zone. I remember what those days were like. That was back when you could eat anything and never gain an inch, you know. Pass over the middle, first down and more to the 20, and gets past the defender and into the end zone, Wes Krasinger. Also, Kean Muck, who's been kicking all the extra points, the successful extra points in the game. He is in at wide receiver. Washa on it, delay up the middle, and then gets the first down, and he's going to run everybody gone for the touchdown. 62 yards.